Hey guys, today we're going to start on the mini album that I made for the MadeItCon, and it's using the new printable template, Remnants Lovely Layers. And I just wanted to start off again by telling you guys that this was filmed before MadeItCon. This was filmed in, well, this is actually the first week of March now. So this was filmed a while back when you finally get to see this. So what we're doing is we're making the exact album that I had planned for MadeItCon, and I'm glad I decided to film these because my mom and I did like a run through with the Graphic 45 one last night, and obviously I'm not going to be able to get to every single little detail in a 3-hour class. So I'm so glad that I'm doing it this way, so that way the people that did take the class and that have these exact supplies can make it exactly the way I had planned for it to be made. So today we are going to start. This is Lavender, the Lavender collection by Prima. Let me get the package. And it looks like this. Okay. As usual, all of the links to the printables, my Etsy shop, there is links to the products that I use. And there will be a link to the Remnants Lovely Layers playlist on YouTube in the description box below. So be sure to check all that out. And so today we're going to make the covers and we're going to do the main base layers, I think, in this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the kit that everybody got. Whoa. Or, yeah, that everybody got at this point, but I mean, now that you're seeing it, not when I'm anyway. So this is the kit, and it comes in a bag and it has a USB and all that jazz, but I just didn't get any of that else. So this is what they get. So let's go ahead and just unpack it real quick. And this is the goodie bag. Again, the USB will be in here for the class, but it's just one of my pencils, business card, a post-it note, and I hadn't had this ready when I did the Graphic 45, when I filmed the Graphic 45 class, but then they also get a little letter from me, and that's one of the little wax seals from my new Bellishments set. I think it's set 4. I did personalize it and put my initials in there, but everybody gets a letter from me as well, so I just wanted to show you guys that. It's kind of cute. It's kind of fun. So I'm going to have these handy. I'm going to use the post-it notepad that I used for the Graphic 45 one for my inking, but I'm going to put that aside. And then the foam square that everybody gets for poking holes, so we'll put that aside. And then there are 2 packages of flowers. There's the large or the small cut-off pieces from all the pages. And then the large cut-off pieces from all the pages, right? Because we're going to use these as mats and tags and all kinds of jazz. And then a couple bags of goodies, a couple bags of Bellishments and whole reinforcement stickers. And then all these little metal bits and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start setting up my workspace here. Remember I told you last time I had a container like this that I had all my little bits in. Well, it was just too floppy, so I found this to-go container thingy where you get sauce or whatever to go for whatever restaurant you're in. So I'm going to put the metal pieces in there. Okay, so I'm going to put the string. That's some baker's twine. Here's some seam binding. Then there's this little bitty piece of 3M foam 3M foam tape. We're going to need that as in one of the elements of the album. So let's go ahead and put all these little metal pieces. There's clips. There's rusted bulldog clips. There's keys. There's paper clips. There's a couple keys. There's even rusted brads and stuff, and some other different little paper clips and gems and just whatever, just a bunch of stuff. Hopefully I've done the video on how I rusted all this stuff too by now. If not, hopefully soon you'll see it. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it because during the last set of videos I kept just making a mess. So Anyway, so there's that. And then all of my embellishment pieces. Oh, and you also get a pack of ephemera and a pack of stickers, and then I had wrapped around the washi tape around there so that I could share the washi tape with everybody. So I'm just going to go ahead and set everything up. Oh, in both of my classes, everybody got one of the new Build Embellishment tag sheets. And so since I've already cut them out, I'm not going to cut this page out that comes in this kit, but I've already got them here, and I've also got the top loading and side loading insert templates here from when I just did the Graphic 45 one. So I'm going to put the flowers in here because we're not ready to open the flowers just yet. So I'm going to stick those in my little box there, and I'm going to go ahead and take these out, and I need to keep that little pretty little butterfly cute. We're going to use that on the cover too. So cute. So I'm going to put that over here. And then there's the whole reinforcements, colored whole reinforcements. And then all of my cute Build Embellishments from set number 4. So it's the week before MadeItCon, and I am super excited and I am super exhausted. So it's like I can't seem to get myself feeling better. You know what I mean? My allergies and stuff, I'm having allergy attacks and all of that. So I think I'm going to put the traceable templates in my other box that I have to the side here. All right. So let's move this. I might not even need the extra box. Well, let's just see. Let's just play it by ear and see what happens. I just need the one box. That might be cool. Okay. So then I've got all of the, like, here's that sheet that I'm not going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and just move that because I've already got those cut out. But everything is printed onto this paper already. See? Beautiful. And then there's some pieces that this one's going to be used on the cover, and then we don't use this one at all. So, but it's still included with their kit. There's the other side of that. It's really pretty, but it's a lot. It's a lot of sparkle. Okay, so we're going to start with the covers. And this is super lightweight chipboard. I mean, this is like cereal box weight. So feel free to go ahead and use your cereal box, you know, your recycling stuff, because you can take these and cut these apart and make them templates, and then you can just trace around it and cut it out and use your recycled material. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way here. And then there's also 2 pieces of Tyvek. Now, we used 2 pieces of Tyvek when we did the Graphic 45, but I discovered with my mom last night that we can just use one. So, you know, you don't need as much material or as much tape. So we're just going to use 1 piece of Tyvek. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to start our covers is just like we did the Graphic 45 one. We're going to trim this out all the way around. This is a Fiskars Precision paper trimmer. And I'm going to trim just on the outside of the line, just a little bit. That way, if the, well, let's just check the chipboard. God, let's see. Yeah, that'd be perfect. My husband cut all the chipboard for me for this, for the MadeItCon kits, which was awesome. So, you know, people will tend to trim a little bit different, like on the line, outside the line, you know what I mean, on the marks, different, you know, past the mark, right on the mark, whatever. People trim just a little bit different. So when one person doesn't do all of the trimming, sometimes things can get different. You know, you can get it slightly off, which is also another reason why I don't do measurements. I don't give you guys measurements. And the simple fact is, you know, you could be off by as much as you know, 1/8 of an inch and think that you've done something wrong, and you haven't, because it doesn't matter. It's not, as long as you cut everything out the same, it doesn't matter. Do you see what I'm saying? So what we're going to do with this piece, we are going to go ahead and score it. And this is an EK Tools scoreboard, and this is EK Tools stylus. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to score all four, oops, got off a little bit, all four of these lines. But we're not going to go ahead and bend them. We're not going to prep them in any way. We're just going to leave it like that. Okay, so I feel the need to apologize to you guys. I am on allergy medicine, and I do sound funny and all of that. So I'm sorry if I say weird, if I sound weird, or if I say something that's not right and I don't catch myself. I'm trying. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the piece of Tyvek, and we're going to use some score tape. This is Suquane score tape. Where's my other little scissors? I am getting more and more used to these little Tim Holtz scissors, but you guys probably already know that by now. But anyway, I think the more you use something, you know, I'm just a creature of habit, so the more I use something, the familiar I get with it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go around all four edges with the score tape. So that's all the score tape we're going to use. Remember, the last time we were really tape heavy. So this time, since I did it with my mom, I think that we can save some product. You know, we can save using so much tape this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the backing from the score tape. And then we're going to use liquid glue. This is Fabri-Tac by Beacon. You can use whatever liquid glue you want, but I like the ones that are flexible, especially for this soft spine. You know, you don't want it to be crunchy, I guess. So make sure that you try to use one that says it's flexible when dry. Okay. We're just going to cover the inside of this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, just so you guys can see. I don't know if you guys could see it last time, but I'm just going to take my blending tool here, and I'm just going to kind of make those marks pronounced so you can see them better. You see that? So that's where the spine is. So the piece of Tyvek is going to go right in the center here. So you just match up one top or bottom, whichever one you want to do, and you just try to center it up between those marks there. You're going to overlap, obviously, the spine onto each cover. So you just want to line it up and lay it down, and we're going to smoosh it. We're going to take, this is a Teflon bone folder, and we're going to smoosh it down like that. A little bit of glue seeped under there. Okay, so now if you flip it over and you've got some overhang, the piece of Tyvek is the exact same size as the covers, just in case you're wondering. So if you've got some overhang, let's just cut it off with some scissors, or you can use your paper trimmer, or you can use your craft knife, whatever. So now we got the Tyvek on. So now what we want to do is we want to take a minute and we want to go ahead, and you don't have to use tape if you don't want to, but we're going to go ahead and go all the way around each one of these pieces, all four sides, front and back. So we're going to do it on both sides, front and back. Okay, so I've got the tape on the front and the back of both cover pieces. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take the backing off of one side of each one of these pieces. And then we're going to go ahead and put Fabri-Tac in the middle of each one of these covers, just like we did with the Tyvek. My pokey thingy was stuck to me. Alright, so now we're going to take one of the covers and we're just going to line it up to the edge over here. It doesn't matter right now, there isn't an up and down for these covers. You just line up on the edge, pick a corner, and lay it down. And then we want to flip it around and do the same thing for this side. Just line it up on the edge. Hold it up at an angle so that you don't get stuck down before you want to. And then stick it down. So we're going to flip it over and burnish that good. Like that. And doesn't look like I've got anything sticking. Oh, maybe just a little bit up here, but ink will cover that, no problemo. Okay, so then you want to go ahead and grab another sheet. Whoa. This is the other sheet. We're going to line the inside of the covers with this side because it's not as busy as that side. So we want, we're going to put stuff over top of it eventually. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take it and remove the backing on both pieces and then add the Fabri-Tac in the middle. Oh, you know what? Wait just a second. We get one more thing to do. We're going to add a piece of score tape onto this Tyvek right in the spine there. And we're going to add a piece at the top. And we're going to add a piece at the bottom. And that's it, okay? I really want this to be flexible, so we're not putting anything else here, not even wet glue. So we're just gonna add top and bottom on the Tyvek. I almost forgot that. And if you didn't want to add it on the top and bottom either, that would be fine too. I think that would make it even a little bit more flexible, but it's just a personal preference, I guess. Alright, so now I'm going to add my Fabri-Tac just to the covers, not the spine. Same thing. So I'm going to flip this piece over and make sure it's facing the right way because it does have a direction. Then I'm going to pick up my cover, and now we need to pay attention to direction. I think it goes this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a corner. Again, we're just going to pick a corner and we're going to lay it down. And I'm a little shaky. Match up an edge and match up a corner and match up the other edge and then lay it down. And then smooth it on there, flip it over, burnish it down. Make sure you go in the spine and get that piece of score tape there. Make sure you get that good and stuck down. So still at this point, don't bend anything, no bending. Now we're just going to trim the excess. If you want to use your craft knife for this, feel free. Okay, we're going to trim this piece off. I got something trapped under my cover right there, it looks like, but that's okay. It'll be covered up. So I'm going to put this in my pile of scraps. Alright, so again, do not bend it yet. We're going to let it dry really good. So now I am going to take a minute and I'm going to, I better show you what I'm using. Distress Oxide Walnut Stain by Tim Holtz and Ranger. And this is a blending tool. And we're going to go ahead and ink these edges. And once it's dry and we can bend the spine and everything without paper moving, we're going to ink the inside spine area as well. But for now, we're just going to ink the outside edges, front and back. This background design here on this white cardstock is stained script. It's so pretty. I love the script so much that I think it looks good with every background that I have. So you never know, I might end up doing it with every single background, just kind of merging them together. Okay, so we're going to put this aside for now and let it really get dry. I forgot to show you for the cover that we use page number 2 that I printed out onto white cardstock. I printed off the background design as well at the same time. I didn't print the plain one, I printed off the patterned one. So that's what we used. I forgot to show you that. That's the page that we used for the covers. And then next we're going to start on the pages, and that'll be page 3 and page 4. So they're printed onto the pretty patterned paper from Prima, and these are the main base layers. So this is layer 1 and layer 2, and then this is main base layer 3. So these make the pockets and whatnots. So we're just going to start with these two. All right, let's start with this one here. We are going to be cutting this pocket off. So I want to be able to, I want to be able to get my paper trimmer out and not slice into that. So I'm just going to cut this piece off. This little ribbon tail here. I'm going to cut it off. Whoa. And put it in with my embellishments. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this pocket off. We don't, for this page setup that I got going here, we don't use this pocket on this page. You can just simply fold it and it can make its own pocket on the page. So we're just going to remove that, and then I'm going to stick it with my other stuff. And then we're going to trim this out all the way around. First, let's trim these tabs off and the other ribbon tail. So I'm going to put that in my box. So you want to leave these 3 pieces intact. This is like the bottom layer of the layered pages. So cut those off. And then for this page, we are going to leave this pocket on. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this is page number 4, so I'm going to go ahead and trim up that side there with my scissors, like that, just so I don't accidentally cut anything off. And then I'm going to put, these are little labels, little wavy labels. I'm going to put that over here. You know, I'm probably going to trim this excess paper off, just so it's not so long. And maybe the same for this one too. Okay, I'm putting all those scraps in the box over there. And then another thing you want to do, you want to leave both of these side, it's going to be hard to see this tab, but you want both of those side tabs to stay. And we're going to cut this long tab that's here, we're going to cut it off. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim this side up with my scissors. You can put it in your paper trimmer too. Well, maybe not. You can put it in your paper trimmer too and trim it up and stop where you need to stop. Either way, it doesn't matter. Okay. And then one more cut, and that's this little sliver on this side here. We're going to go ahead and trim that. And then that's all we're going to need of our paper trimmer. So, where's my little box? This is my little garbage box. Okay, I'm going to tab or miter all of these little corners there on the little tabs. Then I'm going to get my scoreboard back out, and we're going to score all the lines. Whoops, scratch that. We don't need these 2 tabs either. So, I forgot. We don't need the 2 short tabs. It would have been a lot easier to trim out if I would have double checked first. But anyways, that's okay. So, we don't need those. Alright, so now we've got these 2 pages. So what we want to do is, I tried to plan this out where it would print certain parts on the page. I didn't do so good on this one, but this one's cute. Alright, we're going to go ahead and prep these pages. We're going to use This is a Teflon bone folder. Did I already tell you that? We're going to go ahead, prep both score marks on there, like that. And then we're going to do the same for this one. And then we're going to come down here. Did I not score that right? Oh shoot, I didn't score that right. It's hard to see on these darker papers. I'm over too far. Okay, let's rescore it. There we go. Okay, so then there's that page. So this is actually going to end up folding this way. So it's going to be a flip page. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we're going to take a time out. We're going to take a minute, and we're going to ink, especially the raw side here. We're going to go ahead and ink this edge. And if you want to ink the other side, feel free. Okay, so I've got both of them inked up. So now we need to add some score tape. So once again, I'm using the 1/4 inch. We're going to add a piece to this layer. Oh, wait a second. Wait till a second. Let me double check before I do that. Let me double check my book. Oh, shoot, you guys. Okay, I'm glad I checked. Oh, did I not ink that flap? What was I doing? Geez, completely forgot the flap. Okay. I've actually made a mistake, but that's okay. We'll just have to make some adjustments from my original prototype. Anyway, I've actually found my first mistake, which is why I'm filming these ahead of time as well. I printed these wrong, so they're already printed. They're already printed, so we're going to have to adjust. So we're going to flip this over on this side. We're going to put a piece of tape here, right there, in that spine area. And then on this one, we're going to put it, yes, right on this. We're going to put 3 pieces of tape. Don't get too close to that score mark. You want it, you don't want it to be super tight where it won't be bendy. We're just going to put 3 pieces of score tape on this part. Okay. Now, I did notice something my mom did last night is, the glue stick trick is great, but if you go too heavy-handed with your glue stick, you just really need to just glide. If you go too heavy-handed with it, it keeps wanting to come up. The score tape won't stay stuck. So keep it. Why do my hands work? Oh, I've been inking a lot. Look at me. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this piece here to this piece here. So we're going to take the score tape off, or the backing off of one piece. And if you want, you can use the glue stick, but I'm telling you, it's maybe not so much for this part, and then adding it into the binding of the book, because you want it to really get good and stuck down. So you should be able to center it this way. It should have, like, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch on this side, 3/8 of an inch on this side. Or you can hold it up like this and just kind of work your way up, or you can mark it even if you wanted to. But we're just gonna go ahead and put it down. And I can see I'm off just a little. There we go. And I'm gonna just tack it and see how I did. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and burnish it down. Okay, so I've got that piece stuck there, this piece, right? So it's about the same on both sides. You see that? And then it's about the same on both sides here. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but that would be my advice, is to not use the glue stick trick when you're attaching the spine pieces down. Just take your time, especially on this one. It's so easy. And it's not real big, you know, it's not a huge book. So, all right, so now we're gonna pull our cover over, and hopefully this sucker's dried enough so we can start. I'm just gonna take my Teflon bone folder here, and I'm just gonna start gently bending at the crease there, or at the chipboard. I'm going to go ahead and just start bending up on it. And you'll notice that this will come up a little bit because it's not stuck down. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing that. And you see how that comes up? It's going to come up just a little bit. I think that's okay. That's totally fine. So again, this is not a big book, so the concern of weight and things isn't near as concerning, I guess, for this such a small sized book. So, all right, we're just gonna keep gently, we're just gonna gently, let me go ahead and burnish that back down. We're just going to gently fold, and right, we're just going to keep working it just a little bit at a time, breaking that fiber down just a little bit, the paper fiber, and we're going to get this into a book shape. And see, it started to pull apart. The 110-pound cardstock started to like crack just a little bit, but no worries, because of that piece of Tyvek, this book will not fall apart. Okay, so we're just going to keep bending that. I'm going to bend this way. I'm going to bend it the other way, kind of like a roundedness to it, a rounded spine. It just helps to keep your book flatter when you're working in it, you know. So, okay. All right. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good to go. So now I'm going to take a minute, and look, you can even bend it the other way. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this edge, just kind of sloppy, really. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to bend this one and ink that edge. So I guess I could go ahead and ink this outside edge as well. Okay, so now we got our covers, and I like it when it starts getting a little shabby looking too. It just adds to the whole feel, you know, of the shabby chicness that I've been enjoying lately. So now we're going to put our pages in. So the pages is the same deal. We want to just center it, and then we're going to have like 1/8 of an inch top and bottom from the covers to the pages. So we're just going to do it again. We're just going to center it again. We're going to hold it up like at an angle, like so. We need to make sure we got it the right way. We're just going to hold it up at an angle, and we're going to just slide it up. It's about 1/8 of an inch top and bottom. It might be a little more, a little less, just depends. And we're going to lay this down like that. And not too bad. I haven't stuck it down yet, so we're still good. I'm just checking, make sure it's straight. And now I'm going to press down. And I'm going to burnish it. I'm going to burnish it really good. Alright. And then I'm just going to go through and burnish all the pages. Okay, so now our pages are in the book. See? So, and then you want to just keep working that spine. Now that you've got the main base layers attached to the spine, you just want to keep bending them both ways, so that way when you're working in your book and you want it to lay you want it to lay flat, you can just bend it like this and it's going to be as flat as it possibly can be. So, okay, that's, we're going to stop there, I think. That is where we're going to... Alright, so for the next video, we'll just start on page 1 and we'll go from there. I haven't planned it out exactly how much I'm going to do per video. So, and hopefully these videos will be back to back. Like every day you'll get a new video because I have pre-filmed them. So, so yeah. Okay, so if you like this video, you guys, give me a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comment section below. And be sure to check out the description box for all of the links. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, go ahead and hit that circle. And then there's a link to my Etsy shop if you're interested in the templates or the build embellishments. And you might like some of the other videos that you see on the screen. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.